Greetings. This is the Get To Free Press. I'm George Boston Rhines, and of course, I'm in Cordele, Georgia. I have been here many times before, but today is a special day. And I say special because I met a local city council member here, and he stands up in the community, and he's known for doing that. And I want to commend all black folk who are elected to office and who stands up for what is right and have not punked out under pressure. Now, not many years ago, I had a black man to come to me about his situation. That's what brings me to Cordele this morning. I was in the courtroom getting ready to do Rule 22 with my cameras ready to do what needed to be done on behalf of Charles Brown. But I don't want to do so much talk about Charles Brown. I want Charles Brown to come around and talk to you. Come on, my beautiful brother. And he's from Cordele, but he has a case that I tell you, to be a black man and yet standing up. He is a pearl in our community, and he's a pearl to you, whether you know it or not. What's your name?
My name is Charles Brown. And I want to thank you, Mr. Boston, for having the chance to speak to the people again.
Yes, sir. Now, what I want to ask you is, when did we first meet?
Wow. You and I met for the first time when I was released from prison in 2019.
Okay. Have you ever been to Valdosta?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I had a great time the first time we was down there, Mr. Boston, and I brought to you guys' attention about the wrongful incarceration here in Cordele. So I want to thank you again for allowing me the opportunity.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming to Valdosta on 2 occasions. I'm very thankful for that. I follow you on Facebook and other places. I've traveled up to Atlanta because you won't give up. And why won't you give up? Tell the people what happened to you that started all this off. You know, we just don't want to be too long, right. but you know how to do it. Do it your way.
Well, Mr. Boston, this struggle, this fight been a long one, 8 years. Wrongful conviction handed down here in Cordele, Georgia. I am here in Cordele, Georgia. Today was the day for a court date, and it got continued based upon the legalities of the court case itself. But there was a Rule 22 that was filed on my behalf, and that got granted, and it will continue to be granted due to the fact that Christopher Hughes, the judge that's over the case, allowed it to be continued. So I was glad of that. Most of the issues that we would be bringing forth about the wrongful conviction here out of Cordele, Georgia, will be directly straight towards the judges and the DAs of how they processing us here in Cordele, Georgia. And myself and my family, as well as my campaign and legal team, we are definitely very aggressive, attacking them very aggressive, stand on them very aggressive. And this is an open record violation that we are tackling here. And this open record violation is 3 years. We've been begging, demanding, requesting the district attorney here in Cordele, Georgia, to release the records. Whatever you gave to the grand jury 2 times, we would like to see it, review it, and go over it and have a full constitutional hearing here in Cordele on a habeas. But in the midst of that, this DA here in Cordele, Georgia is refusing, neglecting, and hindering this legal team of mine from moving forward to correct this injustice that's been handed down by this DA office and the judges here in Cordele, Georgia. And Mr. Boston Rhyme, and I say...
Wait a minute, let them pass. This is the Get To Free Press. We're taking a little break here because I didn't bring my mic. I got it in the vehicle. I probably should have gotten it. But I do want you all to hear what he's saying, so I'm pausing here until this truck passes, because what he's saying is worthy to be heard from people that care.
You know, as I was saying, today was a a day for the DA to answer why he not responding to an open record request that we filed 3 years ago. According to the laws of the land here in Georgia, you only have 3 days, not 3 years, to turn over the public records that the public are asking for. And that's why we here today, December the 9th at 9 a.m. here in Cordele, Georgia, to address this issue to the district attorney and to allow him an opportunity for 3 years straight to give us the record. Still he refusing, still he hindering, and still he impeding on this process. And there's many other individuals here in Cordele, Georgia going through identical things that I'm going through. And we want to meet them. We want to talk to them today. And that's why we're here, to hold the government officials, the district attorneys, as well as the judges accountable to their actions, accountable to the way they processing us, and accountable to our feelings. Because we are human beings, and we are the one that's suffering at why they continue to stay in office with their stomach big and need to be losing weight. But at the same time, we the ones suffering, and I'm here, and I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep beating, I'm gonna keep pressing, I'm gonna keep asking you guys to come stand with me and my family, to see for yourself. I asked Mr. Boston Ryan to file a Rule 22. And a Rule 22 is allow him on the inside to show you guys the enlightenment on the inside of that courtroom of what they doing and how they doing it. So I was glad for that to go through. And again, I say I'm gonna keep applying pressure. I'm gonna keep applying pressure.
Okay, now let's do a reverse, if you don't mind. I'm doing this for the benefit of the people. Go back and tell us what happened for you to even be in the courtroom in the first place. What did they do to you? Or what did you do to them?
Well, it was an illegal roadblock that got me in the situation that I'm in now. A traffic stop that was illegal, that was processed and conducted illegally and unconstitutional here in Cordele, Georgia. 5/11/2014 was my arrest day. The state trooper had an illegal roadblock set up, and all of a sudden I looked in my rearview mirror, I see a state trooper with his lights on, I just pulled over. But the stop was illegal, and that's what led me to where I'm at now.
So why did it take so long? This happened in what year?
This arrest happened in 2014, and to answer your question, Mr. Boston Ryan, why it taking so long, the answer is clear. I have been incarcerated illegally and unconstitutional, and they trying to continue to impede, but keep the records from the public. And that's what the issue that we have now is the open record, and we requesting the district attorney to turn over the record. Whatever you gave to the grand jury, let us, the public, see it. He's not trying to do that, and that's why it's taking so long. In order for this to come to an end, we as a people must come together and stand as one and demand that change, demand that district attorney to turn over those records. We have to do this together. I've been doing this going on 8 years, being released on parole, now going on 3 years, demanding, requesting, begging the district attorney to turn over the record, so I can take this parole chain off of my neck and correct the records here in Cordele, Georgia. That's is my motive and my drive.
Mr. Brown, why don't you give up? I mean, that ain't in your vocabulary. Why don't you just give up like a lot of other black people that have been mistreated and they don't say nothing? What drives, what makes you tick?
What makes me tick is the pain and suffering that I see here every day when I come to Cordele, and I see the pain and suffering in most of the people's eyes that I talk to that ask for help, that need help. Bro, can you help me with my court case? Bro, can you help me do this? Sir, can you please? And when I see that pain and anger in their eyes and suffering in their eyes, I don't have no choice but to assist them to the best knowledge that I do have. And that would tick me, drive me, and motivate me to correct the injustice that's here in Cordele, Georgia. That would make me drive hard and hard because of the people here. They want to change, they demanding it, they need it, but we can't do it without each other.
Now, one other thing before we close. How many people are willing to, that have a problem with the judicial system right here? Just a number, And we'll close this out.
Well, there are many individual here in Cordele Judicial, Cordele County, but in the circuit. You got 4 counties in that circuit, and there are many other people of color going through the identical things here, especially Fitzgerald, Georgia, Wilkes-Barre County, Dooley County, Cordele, Georgia. These 4 counties is in one circuit, ran by the same judges and the DA. So they going through the same thing I'm going through now. And I reach out to them in Fitzgerald, Georgia, and I reach out to them and ask the people and talk to the people like I'm doing now and ask them what you guys going through, what issues that you guys have in the courtroom is identical. Prosecution misconduct, malice, prosecution, and as well as the illegal and unconstitutional prison sentence that they have over there in Fitzgerald, as well as in Wilkes. It's gonna be more information that We the People campaign will be sharing to you guys, man. It's a lot behind this, but I'm asking you guys to stand with us, the people here in Cordele, Georgia. We are asking you guys to stand with us against the injustice here in Cordele, Georgia.
Mr. Brown, when you say us, who are you talking about, and how can people that may been caught up in the system want to contact you? Give us something so when they watch this video on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram,
right,
wherever, they at least they can get in connection with you so we can connect the dots. One thing that happened in Georgia is that the news media, first of all, won't even report this. And the next thing, after somebody reported, they will never connect the dots. They won't connect the dots with one city to the county, to the next one like that. And so they do one story when there may be 30 stories that need to be told. And so this is why you pick up your camera, and whenever you get an opportunity to, commend those city and county elected officials and the state and national leaders. If they stand up for you, then you stand up for them and thank God for them. And those who play games with you and make a fool out of you after they get your vote, then it's time for you to point them out so they'll know they're no good to us.
Wow, and wow, that was a mouthful. And Mr. Boston Ryan, you're absolutely right. And we definitely have to hold city officials, local guys for sure, city commission, county commission, governors and mayors, hold them accountable, because you can't change this court system or that courtroom or the courthouse unless you talk to your government official, especially your local guys. They the one watch over all of these things here, man. So yes, we are going to continue to be aggressive with this fight. So I want to thank you guys, Mr. Boston. I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to the people once again. I want to thank you again, sir.
My beautiful brother, I want to thank you, and I want you to say one other thing. When they told, I drove all the way from Valdosta, even the bailiff asked me, and the judge asked me, say, wow, you drove all the way from Valdosta, and nobody told you that it was in continuance. He said that the clerk had sent me an email. Well, I didn't get it. I got 2 others, but I didn't get that. So that means I drove up here, but I don't do nothing for nothing. I believe that whatever we do, in the final analysis, God is still in control, so we okay. So that's it.
Right. Thank you, Mr.
Once again, peace be unto you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. Don't quit. Let's go record some more and get that information out to the people. Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Now, all truth-loving Christians want you to have the truth. The white European founding fathers of this country, they said freedom and justice for all. And we found that meant all of them and none of us. But we're going to do our share to live up to St. John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth would set you free. I don't know about this here freedom of the press and these news media who ignore the news, especially in the black community, but I'm doing this because I love y'all just this much. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Boston.
Greetings. This is the Get To Free Press, and I'm still in Cordele, Georgia with Mr. Charles Brown, and he want to talk to you a little bit about the city and what's going on here in the city, and I'm standing with him. but I'm gonna get out the picture because he know more than I do. Go ahead, my brother, talk to the people.
Family, I'm back again. Thank you again, Mr. Boss Around, to enjoy this day and spend the day with me and my family. But we down here at the City Hall here in Cordele, Georgia. And the reason why we stopping here is to allow everyone to understand that this City Hall here in Cordele, Georgia is the place where town hall meeting be conducted, issues of Cordele be conducted here. And I do want to say to the mass of people that we have to start here at the town hall meeting and address these issues and allow your local official to know exactly what you see and what you hear and what you guys would like to see done here in Cordele, Georgia about that courthouse. So this is one of these areas, this location here where you guys can come in and speak to your local officials here in Cordele, Georgia. Allow them to understand and see what you guys feel and going through dealing with that legal system across the street here from the City Hall of Cordele, Georgia. Russ Reed is a good friend of mine, good friend of mine. Also, Mr. Ricky Redden, also Mr. Dante Darasaw as well. And I want to say this to you guys to understand that we the People campaign are dead serious, so serious. And I say again, you guys can follow me on Facebook up on the Charles A. Brown or Instagram Charles A. Brown, where you'll see most of the groundwork that me and Mr. Boss Around been doing for the last 3 years since I've been home on parole. We have done a lot, and I want to thank Mr. Boss Around for that. But at the same time, we need more Mr. Boss Around. We need more Mr. Charles Brown. We need more individuals that gonna stand up for what's right and not for what's wrong. See something, say something, do something. I'm here at the City Hall here in Cordele, Georgia, trying to get many of the people to come out next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I would like to have this whole parking lot full, but if not, I'll be here. So I want to say again, thank you, Mr. Boss Around, for this opportunity, man.
So you got a big rally here next Tuesday?
Well, next Tuesday, I'm trying to get a big rally here, big rally.
Mm-hmm. And what would that be about, short form?
That will be about the condition, things that we are going through, and changes that we would like to see done here in Cordele, Georgia.
Well, what type advertisement are you doing to try to get the news media here? Are you sending out press conferences? Are you sending flyers out to churches? Because people in church, they have problems too. They get arrested and incarcerated.
Well, there will be a link where you guys can find on my Facebook where you can link in on and see the date, time, and the place and location of here in Cordele, Georgia about the issue that we will be bringing together. I would like to do this together with the people, not individually. So that's why I'm here at the City Hall now requesting, if you guys see me live on my Instagram or anything like that, and you are in Cordele, please stop by the City Hall because we would like to speak to you guys about your court case and your probation issues or your parole issues. We would like to hear that. The campaign would like to hear that. So
you're saying that if any churches do Zooms on Sunday morning, that all they have to do is to share this video with the members of the church, or is that what you're saying, how they can get this word out? Yes, there will be a link for all church members. If you guys would like to link in and be a part of this change or be a part of something great, there will be a link for you guys to Zoom in personally. And you guys will have a direct contact information as well and see all the people that you guys dealing with that would like to come together and build and formulate a better courtroom support system here in Georgia. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. One of the reasons why I'm doing this, so that we can show you guys that a courtroom support system is definitely needed here in Georgia. So when that judge look over them glasses and he see unity in the community, courtroom support, things will change. Things will change. Thank you, my beautiful brother. God bless you. Peace be unto you. And keep it strong. Peace be unto you. We're going to close out by saying to you, I was in this building here a few years ago when I came out of Gordon, Georgia. Gordon, Georgia, with Mary Ann Whippaloo. They fought her like hell and high water. And I just want to say to you all that, like Mr. Charles Brown, if you don't stand up today, when are you ever going to stand up? And so I'm here, and I want to thank God again for the people who got enough guts and enough guard to stand up for what is right. I was talking to one city councilman, Reeves, I think his name was, and he was telling me about how people need to stand up. And he even said that when you go to be on juries, white people been lying for years. They'll ask you, do you know Charles Brown? We black folk, we so honest, we say, yes, I know Charles Brown, and they exclude you from the jury. Now, I'm not asking nobody to lie, but they have been lying for over 200 years. And so we can see with that Rittenhouse case, you see what they did in that situation. So now it's time now for us to stand up for what is right, and we got to learn how to love each other and stop shooting each other down like wild dogs. I'm gonna go a step further while I'm over here. I gotta leave and head back to Valdosta in a few minutes. But I wanna leave this nugget with y'all. If you know you don't have insurance, if you know your car haven't been registered, if you know your tail lights, headlights are out, then why are you putting yourself in danger of being killed? It's just that simple now. It's not about a traffic ticket no more. If they pull you over, it's a life and death situation now. And so we got to stand up, y'all. We got to stand up for what is right. And for God's sake, take your hands off of that black woman. Stop putting your fist in her face. Put your feet on the ground. Go out and get you a job to take care of her and those children that the two of you all have produced. When we get our families in order, and wait a minute, let me go a step further because y'all think I'm about to preach. No, I'm not going to preach to y'all to preach to you. I want to talk to you. And what I want to say to you is this. Many church members got more hell in their families than the sinner man got. Ryan, what did you say? I will say it again. And I'm not ashamed in saying it because I know I'm telling the truth. You see, you can put a facade up in church. You can pretend that I'm fine in my home. And when you get back home, you beat your wife up or your wife beat you up. We are better than that. I'm 70 years old. That's a 7 with a 0 in back of it. And let me tell you something. There was a time when if I was walking the street with my girlfriend or my wife, and if you walk down the street showing your behind, there would be a fight because that man said, you're not gonna disrespect my woman like that. And enough men would gang up and you would straighten yourself out, brother. You would straighten yourself out. It's time now for us to go back to the old landmark. Do y'all remember when women come to church inappropriately, them mothers would get them sisters and take them to the back and put them some clothes on. And I hit somebody on Facebook the other day about this, and they criticized me. But let me say this. No real man, not a beast in a human form, but no real man want the woman that he loved with children, especially a daughter, walking around showing everything she got where every man can look from New York all the way down to the bottom part of Florida. That just don't make sense to me. And when I was coming up, if you didn't dress appropriately, I didn't even talk to you. You was not in my circle. I never wanted a woman who did not understand what God said. God told you how to dress. God told a man how to dress and how to keep his hands to himself. And I'll close on this, y'all. I'm finna go back to Valdosta. As you know, I came up here to be in the courtroom. I had all my paperwork in order like it's supposed to be. But I just want you all to know that sometimes I make trips like this. It seemed like a blank trip. But hell, I might go over to Gordon, Georgia when I leave here. I may go to Gordon when I leave here. But I'm going somewhere. Why, Bro Ryan? I love people, man. And when you love people, you stand up for people. You don't just go to church behind 4 walls and sit down and say, I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost full, and fire baptized, and nobody even know you in the city. I used to be that way. But one day I fell on my way to the bus station. And when I fail on my way to the bus station, I say, never again will I ignore a woman if she catching hell on her job, if she's been discriminated against, or she's been stopped by law enforcement, and they come to the church, and they come to me, they go to NAACP, SCLCRU, and you don't reach out to help them, and you say you Holy Ghost full, fire baptized, but you won't get on your ass to ride into Jerusalem or Cordele. You won't get on your ass and ride into Douglas. You won't get on your ass and ride into Equipment, or Meigs, or Madison, Florida, or Lumpkin, Georgia, or Dawson, Georgia, where Chris Brown was shot 6 times, left in his mama's backyard for dead. When I got them calls, I had to respond, because that's what the Holy Ghost is to me. The Holy Ghost did not make me stupid. The Holy Ghost did not make me ignorant. The Holy Ghost did not make me scared as hell. The Holy Ghost gave me power. As recorded in the book of Acts, when you receive the Holy Ghost, you will have power. For God's servants don't have the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. Y'all have a nice day. Have a nice day. I'm finna hit the road. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. And I want to thank Charles. Stand here. I still want you to close us out. Close us out, my brother.
I'm very excited, and I definitely. Mr. Boston, I want to thank you. Mr. Boston, I want to thank you again for allowing myself to come up here, and I know you guys can see the energy and the glow in my skin that I'm very excited right now. So I want to thank you guys again. And Mr. Boston, I want to thank you also. And I want to close us out with this here. We the people demand equal justice throughout the state of Georgia. But we're going to hold our foot down here in Cordele, Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia, also as well as Atlanta, Georgia. We are dead serious. We are moving as one. And courtroom support system / movement is real today, starting today. There will be a case file with numbers and dates and location. So if you guys want to go to the next court date in Valdosta, Georgia, that we got coming up, feel free to meet us at Walmart in Cordele. Team up, link up, and go to Valdosta to support that young man. And I want to thank you guys for this opportunity. And God be with us all. Thank you.
Peace.